Hi guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. Coming to you from the gym on Sunday. Not sure what the date is, but I've just wrapped up cardio and why is this not staying straight? There we go. Just wrapped up cardio, 20 minutes and half an hour steps just to get the first block of steps done for today. That is my last cardio session for the week, and then potentially going into prep next week. So this could be the last normal video before the Dream Big Series 2 begins, potentially for the rest of the year. So I feel like it could be quite a big series coming up. It's just gonna be the same as like last year, where an episode a week, bringing you an insight into prep. But I'll go over all that in the introduction video that I'll do, the same as last year, just to give you a rundown of what's going on. So, like I said, just wrapped up cardio, done steps. Today's video, not gonna lie, I've been quite just involved in bodybuilding and training this week, to be honest, and just haven't really picked up the camera to film YouTube. You know, I always go with the mindset of filming training sessions and stuff, but I've just been ticking boxes and just enjoying training, not really picking up the camera, and that's just how it is. So I've done this one before, but just going to take you through my top sets from this week, because obviously I'm still filming my top sets, just to make sure that things are getting done. But I normally film like two main top sets a session, just the ones that I want to improve on the most and ones that need maybe a few touch-ups or something, just so I can compare to the week before to make sure progression is going on the right way. So literally just going to take you through my 5 days of training, and I think like 2 videos from each session if I've still got them. Go through my split quickly, because I don't want to make this intro too long. Monday is chest and abs, Tuesday is pull, Wednesday is rest day, Thursday is delts and arms, Friday is arms, Saturday is legs, Sunday is rest day. So I've done a full week of training this week. Another good week of training, to be fair. Weight is down, weighed in this morning at 124.6 or something like that, which is good. So weight is on the way down. Peaked this year at 128 for a week or two, and then obviously we've been dropping food, to be fair, for the last 2 or 3 weeks. The amount of food we dropped so far is 100 gram of carbs from training day. Cardio is still at 20 minutes, 3 sessions a week though now, which I've been doing for the last 2 weeks. So I've been doing cardio on my rest days and 1 cardio session on a training day. So Monday, Wednesday and Sunday at the moment I've been doing cardio. I like to come in on my rest days just to make the consistency of sleep, make sure I'm getting up at the same time every morning, because I just feel like my body is obviously used to that for the years that I've been doing it. But I think, you know, on a rest day, if I was at home, I'd still be getting up at the same time, but it'd be a different routine. You know, I like to cook my some of my meals in the morning before I come to the gym, just so I have them there. I pretty much cook for the following day, just in case anything happens, or I'm out or I have to rush somewhere. I've got a meal. It's like my midday meals, because I know I'm going to be in the morning. I'm in the evening pretty much, so it's just like my midday meals that I prep. So I just want to keep that consistent, and with being a rest day, being at home and having my cardio sessions on a different day, it just obviously gives me something to do on a rest day, and I kind of like to be productive in the mornings. They're probably my better times of the day. I like to wind down at night and like to chill out before going to bed. So the mornings are there for a purpose, and cardio is one that goes on a rest day. So, and as well, the shop's open at 7 So I kind of like to get there in the morning and get the food shopping for the next few days before the rush of people come on. They usually turn up at like 9, 10, so I like to get in before them, just so I can kind of have the shop to myself and have it that way. Just a thing from anxiety point of view. I don't really like being in places with a lot of people, so kind of like to go in the morning, get things done, and then get the day started. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just going to take you through this week's training. 2 working sets pretty much for each day. I'll do a voiceover as well, just to talk you through what I'm doing. And that'll be it, cover that. And then I think I'll do an introduction to this next series next week. So that'll be the Dream Big Series 2, potentially next week. So I'm saying potentially because I'm just waiting for the check-in from Luke, which will be on Tuesday. So I'll do a video after Tuesday and see what happens. If not, then it'll probably just be a training video. And then we'll be starting prep whenever. So, but I think we're doing it next week. So, with the lineup of shows that we want to do this year, we're kind of kick-starting prep at this time. So, that's the plan. Blood work. We've got blood work done as well. So that got sent off on Wednesday. So I should have results back tomorrow. Should have an email with results back tomorrow, which is just in time for my check-in with Luke on Tuesday. So we can kind of run through things. He can set up a game plan of what the plan is in terms of starting prep, what we need to get done to start prep, and just hit the ground running. I'm really ready to get stuck into this prep and excited more than anything, to be fair. I remember when prep finished last year, it was pretty hard for me to transition back into an off season, just because I enjoyed prep so much. The structure, the mentality, just seeing the results every day. But to be fair, this growing phase, we've seen results every single week, improvements being made every single week. So it's been near enough the same kind of mindset to what prep was, but in a growing phase situation. I haven't really had that kind of weekly progress seen in my physique, in a growing phase ever really. My last growing phase, I was obviously in for numerous amounts of years, 5, 6 years in a surplus. So it was very slow progress and very slow like visuals as well to see what's actually going on. Obviously holding more body fat. Like at the moment, already yesterday I was seeing striations in my quads. We're training legs. Like was unheard of in my last growing phase. There was no veins. I wasn't vascular at all. 0 striations came in probably like 10 weeks out last time. And we haven't even started prep. We haven't really started prep yet, and still got striations, and the shape's already there. So very excited just to get started. And I'm sure I'll update you in the introduction of the new series, which is starting soon. So we'll take you through these sets, and noisy seagulls in the morning. I'll take you through the sets, and then any questions, drop in the comments below. If you see anything you need some explanation on, I will more than happily get back to you on the comment section, or Instagram, henry.taylor. If you are not following yet, there's daily updates on there, daily training videos, physique updates, a lot. So majority of my content is on Instagram, and then obviously a bit on YouTube as well. So we'll take you through this, enjoy. Like I said, any questions, feedback, let us know, and we'll catch you soon. So starting with push 1, which is chest and abs. Moving into, I think this is my second compound push movement of the session after Atlantis press and a fly movement. At the moment for chest and abs, we're doing press fly, lateral raise, which has been really beneficial, I think, for developing just my upper top shelf. It's made a massive impact to the physique and just the thickness throughout. So doing this press fly
variation of training it's really been good. So this is the new Nitro plate loaded press. I think I actually much prefer this than the Cybex machine, which you've probably seen me use. But yeah, this is top set on this. 2 top sets, 1 back off, and then we move on to another fly movement after this. So yeah, like I said, lateral movement is our last movement for chest and abs. 1 delt movement in this chest session, and then my delt session, we got 1 chest movement in there as well. So just trying to bring up the frequency of push movements for that. This is my last movement for the session. 2 top sets, 1 back off. Again, rep ranges we're working in 10 to 12 for top set and 15 to 20 in back off set. Much prefer this than the dumbbell lateral raises. I feel like I can get a lot more connection and control using the machine lateral raise, which is this one. If I sit my arse back, my legs back, I can really drive into the lateral head, take out as much momentum as I can, and just put all tension on that lateral head. As you can see, it's all on. Pull day, so Tuesday, this is my first movement, compound movement of the session, which was a 3 barbell row, and is now moved onto the Smith machine just to get a bit more control, a bit more mind to muscle connection, which I can focus on a bit more than 3 bar, where you're trying to focus on a lot of balance and a lot of core work. Going onto the Smith machine kind of takes that out, and I'm able to connect a bit more with what I want to squeeze at the top of the movement. It just allows a bit more for control over the whole movement, to be fair. So this was a 1 top set on this, 1 back off, so volume's fairly low on this first movement, but it's quite a brutal movement to start with, quite a taxi movement through the whole body. As you can see, legs are working as well to try and stabilise and keep that upper body fairly arched. As soon as I start to kind of lose form, I kind of stop the set, just because I don't want to waste any more energy. I don't want to waste the set. Don't want any, cheating reps. This was a second movement actually, so my first kind of pull down. I'd class this as a compound movement really, just because it's a heavy loading one. Again, plate loaded. I've been working on, you see that where the plates are, I've been working on the middle pin at the moment, and having a bit of load at the top, just to obviously have most of the load going through the whole movement, instead of picking the bottom or top as my plates. But I'm able to get a really good contraction on this because most of the weight is in the middle, and only about 20 kilos on the top, which is where you're going to get some sort of drop off at the bottom, so you can get a good contraction, and allows for a good stretch on this because of the load that's in the middle weight. So this was, again, 2 top sets, 1 back off on this, which is our first pull down movement. Now moving on to delts and arms, which is Thursday after our rest day on Wednesday, so back in for our second push movement. So kind of having to recover from the first push movement on Monday, to then get ready for Thursday. It's a bit tight with schedule, but I'm able to kind of get there and get it done. Again, first movement on this compound Smith machine overhead press. This one I'm doing dead stop at the moment, which I'm kind of matching reps and have been for the last few weeks on this. I just can't really get above 8 reps on here for some reason. Again, just taking out all momentum from this movement as we dead stop and then kind of reset and go back in. But a lot of stress put through the delts on here, and a good one to open up with, especially on the delts and arm session. Really gets the delts warm, ready for the rest of the pressing, which we have after this. After this one, we have another kind of overhead press, which is a plate loaded hammer strength press, pretty much. And then we go into this next one, which is our one and only chest movement for the session. Like I said, having one chest movement on my delt day and one delt movement on my chest day. Again, just to increase frequency through the week of these muscle groups. So this one, hammer strength, plate loaded, very, very slight incline on this bench, so it's not completely flat. Again, two top sets on this, one back off. So I drop on the back off set, I think I take about 10 kilo off the side, and go for more reps. I think top set at the moment on this is about 11 reps, and just continue to increase load bit by bit, increase reps, and see some sort of progression come from that. Onto arm day, which is Friday. 3 movements for triceps, 3 movements for biceps on here. So a pretty simple day, but still trying to bring as much intensity as I can to the sessions, even though it's just arms. Trying not to think that it's just arms, so I can go light and play around with it. It's not. It's still a body part. It still needs to be worked. It still needs intensity brought to the session. So that's kind of what we're doing here. This was my second movement after the compound movement, which was the Smith very slight incline close grip bench, and then this is just a crossbody cuff tricep extension, and then I go into like an overhead extension, which is my last one. This is my first bicep movement, so a hammer curl. I moved on to the preacher curl. I was doing it standing, but I found myself creating too much momentum through the movement. I was kind of using my shoulder too much, so I wanted to bring it on here. Was able to reduce the load quite a lot, which in turn is going to take stress off joints, stress off tendons, which is only a benefit. So I'm able to kind of get a bit the same, if not more, muscle recruitment from doing it on a preacher curl. Still going as heavy as possible, obviously keeping form as tight as we can, and then I'll look at progression on this, but not as much as I do on my other movements, just because we've got the volume there. All I need to do is take numbers off and make sure I'm getting full range of motion on all my sets and making sure that blood flow is maximised on here. So first movement in here, then 2 more after this, which is a high cable curl, and a low cable curl as well, which is done on the dual cable Cybex. Then to end the week, we have legs, which is my favourite session of the week. So Saturday leg session. Hack squats, obviously get that filmed. Probably my favourite movement for the whole week. The one I get the most anxiety for. The one I get the most nervous for. But carries me through the week, and always nice to end on this this movement. I've been struggling, as you can probably see. If you see on my knee, I've got it kind of strapped up with an occlusion band to just there, the black and blue one. Something in my quad, at the bottom of my quad, between my teardrop and sweep, just a little niggle. So I've been trying to tie that as tight as I can, just to create some cushion for it, just so I feel a bit good on it. It didn't feel too bad this week, to be fair. It was better than last week, so I think it's just recovering. But I'm stubborn, so I can't allow myself to take any load off, especially with legs. That load is going to stay on, and I managed to progress with reps on this anyway. So 9 reps total, 8 reps last week. Execution were bang on, and taking obviously the set to complete failure, which I think is this rep here. So trying to drive through quads, all the way to the top, and that is probably my textbook failure rep there, to be fair. If I would have bottled out if I had one more. The benefits of having a spot as well. I've done some sessions without one. It's hard to progress and keep moving forward. And then leg extensions just to finish. So leg extensions at the moment are at the end. I have my lying leg curl at the start, and then leg extensions, which go at the end. 2 sets on here. Yeah, 2 sets of 10 to 12. 1 set of 15 to 20. We have hip press in there as well after my hack squats, and then leg extension, and then adductor to finish. Calf raises are at the start of the session as well. So that's pretty much how the session plans out. But on here, just trying to focus on really putting emphasis on that eccentric, trying to make sure I'm not contracting as hard as I can at the top, squeezing as hard, pulling myself into the seat, making sure that I'm getting a full-on stretch through the whole quad. So that is it, week done. Thank you for watching, catch you up next week.